everybody. Welcome to the Future Stars forecast on this 2-year-old Tuesday. Going to talk about some 2-year-olds to keep your eye on. I don't have a special guest today, so if you want to help me out, give me some comments if you've seen any horses that caught your eye and you'd like to discuss them. But first off, I want to take it back because we have only had thus far one win and you're in race for the Future Stars Friday card, and that was during Royal Ascot. The Riddler won the Group 2 Norfolk Stakes. Let's go ahead and take a look back at that first, just to kick things off to let you know where things stand right now. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And again, we're going to take a look at the Group 2 Norfolk, which was won by the Riddler.
For a couple more, Brave Nation and the Antarctic will complete the line. They're all set. And thereof, day 3 begins with the Norfolk Stakes. A fast start by Bakil and also well to the fore. Crispy Cat just restrained as Jungle Fever in the blue shows speed, and so too does the favourite Wallbank. The purple and white colours, very handy. The dark blue, the Antarctic, and on the extreme right, that is Thundermore. Brave Nation, the green, a little further back. In midfield, the grey jacket of Pillow Talk. Redemption Time is last of all, following the Riddler. Jungle Fever, Bakil, the green sleeves, and Wallbank poised as they come past halfway and run down towards the 2. Wallbank just getting a squeeze now from Ross O'Ryan. Bakil is driven. Jungle Fever weakening. Pillow Talk trying to come into it. The Antarctic 2 from the right. The extreme right. Thundermore and Brave Nation picking up ground as well. And on the extreme left, the Riddler is very competitive as they now run inside the last furlong. And the Riddler over on the far side. Brave Nation is finishing strongly. Wallbank is still in the thick of it. The three of them come together here. The Riddler just getting on top, close to the finish. And the Riddler and Paul Hannigan go on to win the Norfolk. Denying Wallbank, it's close for second with Crispy Cat running on. And then Brave Nation.
I cannot wait to meet that crew. I actually had the pleasure of speaking with his breeder and owner, Steve Bradley, right here on this show. You can take a look back on our YouTube page and watch it if you missed it live. But he was just fabulous. And I actually want to show an excerpt from our interview because it really was very endearing. So let's go ahead and share that.
When you digest what's gone on, I mean, the thing for me that evening is the trophy is a big silver. I can show it to you if you want to.
Show it to us. Yes, show it to us. So, absolutely. I love that. Yes, please.
So there you go, guys.
Oh, wow. How
that's what you get. So we get to keep that for a year, and then obviously we have to give it back. And then if we want to, as Jarrad's or the Queen's Jewelers, we can apply and pay for a replica, which may well happen. But what brings it home to me, Ren, this is the base. You start looking at this, right? Yeah. And you look at the horses gone before him, Dutch Art, Dandyman, No Nay Never, Sioux Nation. And I'm thinking, well, hang on, have we got a horse that good? And the answer is yes. Well, people have been racing for that at Ascot for 200 years because it was first of all called the New Stakes. Then the Duke of Norfolk died, so they named it after him because he was Mr. Ascot for about 40 years. Right. And it's history. And there are people in the UK and who have thrown millions trying to get horses to win that, and they've never even touched it. And we pop along as ordinary folks. We got a cheap mare. She's produced a couple of coats, and one of them's good enough to go and win it, which is surreal, really.
Well, I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
I think there's a movie here somewhere. It's not a story. I think it's a movie. Well, especially if we've got the Breeders' Cup as well. It's got to be a movie, isn't it?
How great is that? Seriously, I get chills just listening to it because statistically, what are the odds that not only do you have a horse that makes it to the track, but is a winner, not only a winner, but a stakes winner, not only a stakes winner, but a graded or group stakes winner. And not only that, but now you have a ticket to the Breeders' Cup World Championships on Future Stars Friday. And the next step actually is another win and you're in race. It's going to be the Prix Morny, August 21st. So very excited that, again, a win and you're in for the Juvenile Turf Sprints. And I had, again, a just absolute pleasure speaking with Steve Bradley, breeder owner of the Riddler, trained by Richard Fahey. Sorry. It's a little odd not having a guest right here. to bounce off with the energy. But we have so many great horses to look forward to. One of the horses that actually didn't run this past week, but recently was Money's Gold. And this 2-year-old, she's a filly, but she has the highest figure of any 2-year-old put up, a 101 buyer figure on debut, which was notched at Monmouth Park. I'm going to go ahead and show you her replay. This is from June 17th, which actually is my daughter's birthday. So Money's Gold, trained by Todd Pletcher, and watch this performance because it's absolutely phenomenal. So go ahead, share the screen, and we'll take a look back at this truly impressive specimen.
And they're off. Speed towards the outside from Alma Rosa. Money's Gold is up in the early mix, and here comes Spouty's Girl. That's the leading three. Tightly at the rail is going to be Madeline's Grogu. They're now 2.5 in front from Komoda, who's towards the back of the field with Rapid Miss Tappet, who's driven along. The two at the back, Smiling Sunshine and Lady Lancer is the trailer. Money's Gold secures the front end. It's Rendon and Money's Gold, and they're 2 in front. Losing some ground is Spouty's Girl, is to the inside here of Alma Rosa, who's now taken second. Then comes Madeline's Grogu, who's off the rail, 22.41 for Money's Gold. Money's Gold does it well so far, has a quarter-mile left to go, is 3 lengths in front and widening this margin. Hugs the rail, and Money's Gold, a professional effort so far, is now 5 lengths clear. Madeline's Grogu is chasing, so is Alma Rosa. It's far, far back to the rest as Money's Gold is just striding away. The 2-year-old filly by Munnings. She is much the best. Money's Gold wins this one well. Alma Rosa is a clear second. Then came Madeline's Grogu and Komoda in 56.60 seconds.
Yeah. That was pretty impressive, I have to say. So 56 and 60/100ths there, a 101 buyer figure, an official margin of 14.5 lengths. Money's Gold, as you heard, daughter of Munnings. Munnings, a son of Speightstown, who won the 2004 Breeders' Cup Sprint and was Eclipse champion sprinter. Just a tremendous horse, and what a debut. And I actually had Todd Pletcher on. And if you want to watch that show, you can go ahead and, again, check out the Breeders' Cup YouTube, and it's right there for you. He gave us so much great insight, not only on his 2-year-olds, but his older horses in the barn as well. And he had quite a weekend. I'll get to that more in just a minute. But as far as Money's Gold, got to give her some more love here. Her connections are, she's bred by Nixar Farm and owned by Rob and Luana Lowe. And I know I had asked Todd, I said, did you have any idea that she could run like that? Because not only is it impressive for a horse to put up a figure like that, but it's a filly, a 2-year-old filly at this point in the year. I mean, it's just kind of unheard of. And it was great because he was talking about how he was watching the race from New York, and you're just watching her open up. Oh, she's going to win by this. Or, okay, now it looks like she's going to win by 10. And then she just completely crushed that field. So we're going to be looking forward to seeing what she does next, maybe as soon as July 14th, opening day there at Saratoga for the Grade 3 Schuylerville. If not, if they determine she needs a little bit more time, then it looks like we'll see her potentially in the Adirondack, if that's the case, which is going to be August 7th. So Money's Gold, one you have to watch. Also, he had another really nice 2-year-old, a Colt, Major Dude win there as well. So he's a really nice prospect. But another 2-year-old that he told us about is one who actually debuted a little earlier this year on May 27th, and that is Forte. So let's go ahead and watch his debut there at Belmont Park. If I can find you the replay here. Here it is.
For action. Here in Elmont, New York. Last to load, please, baby. But it's Forte, the 2 for Todd Pletcher, Son of Violence. The overwhelming favorite. Let's go to Johnny Brielle. Okay, he hops back aboard. Let's go back to Johnny Brielle. Wasabi Boy from that inside post out for the early lead with Gotta Like Him Now moving up the challenge. The big favorite Forte sits behind in third. Then comes Vamonos in fourth, and it's 4 lengths back to the trailer. Please, Baby. Wasabi Boy on the inside, and Gotta Like Him on the outside. It is Wasabi Boy by a head. Gotta Like Him on the outside is second. It's 2.5 lengths to Forte in third. The quarter win at 22 and 2/5 seconds. Wasabi Boy holding on to the lead. Forte now making a move on the outside of Gotta Like Him, and the three of them hit the top of the stretch together. Wasabi Boy, here is Forte. Forte to the front. Wasabi Boy now back running in second, and then Gotta Like Him in third. It is Forte, who now has a 4-length lead as they come down for the finish. And it will be Forte, who delivers first time out under Erod Ortiz Jr. Wasabi Boy was second. Vamonos finished third. Impressive first time out. This was a cakewalk.
That was super impressive right there for Todd Pletcher. Again, that's Forte, owned by the one, the only Mike Rapoli. And dear goodness, I had not seen just prior to the start of that race what happened to Manny Franco. I mean, can we give some love for these jockeys that he was able to come back from being launched out of the gate, somersaulted out of the gate, to get right back aboard to run second on Wasabi Boy? Hello, wow, props to you, Manny. But as far as Forte's jockey, that was Erod Ortiz, and Forte bred by Southgate Farm, and again owned by Mike Rapoli in partnership with St. Elias Stable. Really nice son of violence here out of Queen Caroline by Blame, and we're going to be looking forward to what he does next. Got an 81 buyer figure on debut, and it looks like what may be next for him is the Grade 3 Sanford on July 16th. So plenty of reason to get excited for Saratoga, not only just because Saratoga is so special itself, but because we do have these 2-year-olds moving forward in their careers and seeing what they're going to do going forward. Now, another 2-year-old and also another son of violence trained by Todd Pletcher just won on July 3rd here. And the fun thing about this horse, his name is Lost Ark. Why? Well, because his dam's name is Marion Ravenwood. And if you're familiar with the Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark movie, then you know that is the character there played by Karen Allen. So this horse is actually a half-brother to Nest. And Nest, we just saw her recently put in that amazing runner-up finish in the Belmont Stakes, so against the boys. So let's go ahead and watch Lost Ark win his debut here for Todd Pletcher. And we'll talk a little bit more about him on the other side of that.
I went to the one Certified Love Boy because I just think that he looked potentially a little bit shiftier, but you know.
And rock. Lost Ark away well. Right there is Perform. Certified Lover Boy is down at the rail. Strong Finish is racing in fourth, just behind the front three. Then a break of 2 back to Star Attitude, and Aaron trails in sixth. Certified Lover Boy and Lost Ark, and the two of them are right together going around the far turn. Certified Lover Boy down at the rail. Right alongside is the odds-on favorite, Lost Ark. The opening quarter went in 22 and 2/5 seconds. It's 2.5 lengths now to Perform in third, a half dozen lengths back to Star Attitude, Strong Finish, and Aaron. Lost Ark now has the lead as they come off the turn and into the stretch. It is Lost Ark in front with Perform moving up on the outside into second. Certified Lover Boy has dropped out of it. The half one in 45 and 3 inside the 8th pole. Lost Ark trying to hold off Perform. Aaron putting in a late run as they come on for the finish. It will be Lost Ark to win first time out, and he drew away at the end. Won by 5. Perform finished second. Aaron was third, and the time was 1 minute 4 and 1/5 seconds.
And there you go, being Lost Ark, a winning on debut for Todd Pletcher. Again, that is the half brother to Nest. We had Flavian Pratt aboard here, owned by Herald Ventures, bred by Ashview Farm and Colts Next Stables. Very nice colt. We'll be looking forward to seeing what he does next. That buyer figure, if you follow those types of figures, 79. I will say there was another horse who ran that day. I do not have the replay, but a really nice colt, New York bred for Kelly Breen, Adiamo e Firenze, who actually debuted that same day, same distance, 5.5 furlongs. Put up an 80. And if I remember right, I'd have to double check. I believe that horse is a son of the aforementioned Speightstown, again, a Breeders' Cup champion and an Eclipse champion sprinter. So another horse you may want to keep your eye on as well. But yeah, I mean, Todd has just been, I mean, if you look at his weekend, he had a very nice weekend. I'm looking at right here. Jay, yeah, how about Life is Good and Charges Performance? Hello, yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, it was nuts. So, I mean, we had Life is Good come back and prove that life is, yes, indeed, very good. He won the Nehru there at Belmont and put up 112 buyer. That was his first race since being off after the Dubai World Cup. We did discuss Life is Good during the Future Stars forecast. Actually, we did talk about his older horses, Todd's. And he just felt that the track, in Dubai at Maidan, it was just very deep and tiring. So the horse really put in a very gallant performance, and it was exciting to see him come back in such a dominant fashion, won by 5 lengths there. And then Charge It. Wow, did he put in a tremendous performance. Again, remember, he's a 3-year-old, and he won the Grade 3 Dwyer. This was coming back after just a minor procedure. I guess he had displaced or something had happened. We discussed that as well during our show. Just had a minor procedure, nothing major, and he just came back to crush by 23 lengths in the Dwyer. Put up 111 buyer, stopped the clock there for that mile contest in 134 and 67 100. So very impressive there. In the winning you're in, Stephen Foster. Well, we didn't have Todd's horse win there, American Revolution. But he did finish second, so that's pretty good as well. And so yeah, it's good to be Todd Pletcher, I would say, for sure. Yeah, a tremendous weekend, and that might be the understatement, right? It might be the understatement, but we look forward to seeing more. Now, as far as this colt goes, Lost Ark, I'm not exactly sure what his next stop will be. I would assume that we're going to be looking at the Saratoga Stakes as well, perhaps the Saratoga Special. I mean, we'll just have to, again, wait and see on that. I do know that, let me see who we're going to talk about next, a horse that may be very well going into the Saratoga Special, because I got a little note from his trainer, that is Michelle Lovell. It is Damon's Mound. Now, I don't know if you all witnessed this horse's debut at Churchill on the 2nd, but dear goodness, he won by 12.5 lengths. I don't have the entire replay. I'm sorry about that, but I do have the stretch run for you here. Damon's Mound at Churchill Downs. Again, this is July 2nd. He ends up winning his debut by 12.5 lengths. And this is under Gabriel Saez and for trainer Michelle Lovell. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Quarter pole, Damon's Mound willingly has come on to take the lead and takes off for the wire. 5 lengths in front, just like that. Easy Big Boy left behind in second. Confidence Game trying to come on late with He's a Good Dancer, and so too Blocked, but they are all chasing Damon's Mound in a flashy performance. Rambles home to win it by 12. Easy Big Boy was second, Confidence Game was third, and Blocked was fourth.
Yeah, a very nice horse there. Son of a Haskell winner. We've got the Haskell coming up. Oh, sorry, that's playing again. There we go. We actually have the Haskell coming up on July 23rd. That's a win, and you're in for the Longines Classic, and his sire Gervin won that race. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, this boy's out of San Antonio Stroll by Stroll. He was bred by his owners, Cliff and Michelle Love, trained by Michelle Lovell, as I already mentioned, and just a very exciting horse. He put up an 84 buyer figure there on debut. And as I mentioned, I did ask her, originally I was going to try to have her on the show, but it turns out they're shipping all their horses out to Colonial this afternoon in this heat, which is absolutely not fun. I mean, it's hard to ship horses on a perfect day, but on a hot, muggy one like this, I can only imagine. But I did ask her what they were thinking about, and she thinks the next, let me see here, I would think our next logical spot will be the Saratoga Special. Prayer hands. So we are along with you, and we hope to see this impressive 2-year-old there at Saratoga in the Saratoga Special. That's going to be August 13th. Looking forward to it. Now, who are we going to talk about next? Well, we did have 2 stakes races there at Churchill Downs as well over yesterday's card, the 4th of July Independence Day card. And the first one we'll talk about is actually a horse who ran later, and that was race 7 in the Debutante Stakes, and that was Wonder Wheel, trained by Mark Casse. Let's go ahead and take a look at her, staying undefeated. I mean, 2 for 2, but still here in the Debutante. So let me go ahead and share the screen, and we'll get you familiarized if you missed it. Now, I do apologize. I just only had the stretch run there, but if there are some great interviews along with that footage, if you want to go check out the Kentucky HBPA's owned YouTube channel, because they got some follow-up from Tyler Gaffalione, who was aboard, or as I like to say, Gaffalione. And I think David Carroll, who's somebody I consider a friend, he is, of course, assistant trader there for Mark Casse, and I think he had some input as well. But the official margin of victory, 6 3/4 lengths. Fire came back as 76, but still solid for this time of the year. That's what, I guess, you know, when you look at Money's Gold putting up that 101, it makes it all the more freakier, right? And a fun fact for you here. So this filly's by Into Mischief. And then her mom is a horse that you might recognize in Wonder Gal. Wonder Gal was 3rd in the 2014 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Filly, so it's kind of cool to see her own daughter potentially on the path to making that same dance. So again, that was Wonder Wheel there in the Debutante Stakes at Churchill Downs. I already mentioned Mark Casse trains, DJ Stable owners, and 3 Chimneys and Clear Sky Farms are the breeders there of Wonder Wheel. Now, going to move on to another horse who is now 2 for 2, and that is Gulfport. Gulfport, your winner of the Bashford Manor Stakes, and he did it in style. This one I have the entire replay, so enjoy.
In the gate, and they're off. And Gulfport breaks in stride and quickly establishes the lead and strides out to lead by 2 in the first few jumps. Simply Super comes on to grab 2nd and will put some pressure on Gulfport early on. Stay on her good side. Comes away 3rd. Mr. Gordy's racing 4th early. Owen's Leap is at the back within. The winner is. And the leader is Gulfport. Gulfport down the backstretch run, prompted by Simply Super. And they tear through that quarter in 21 and 3/5 seconds, and Gulfport steps on it once again. Opens up a length and a half. Simply Super trying to keep up from there. 5 lengths back. Sander Goodside's in a full out drive while 3rd. And the winner is revving up with a wide rally from 4th. At the quarter pole, Gulfport is off the turn now by 2.5. Simply Super gives way. And the winner is rallying down the center. Racing for the 8th pole. Gulfport now by 5. Now by 6. Now by 7. Gulfport finishing full of run. Wow! Gulfport overwhelmed and overpowered his overmatched competition. Exceptional. Final time, 109-1. A long way back. And the winner is Owen's Leap and Simply Super.
Nah, that looked pretty beastly, right? So if you want to know the official margin there, 12 1/4 lengths. Again, that is Gulfport, trained by Steve Asmussen, ridden by BJ Hernandez. And I mean, that was just, again, he could not have done it much easier, right? He just sort of drew off there in the end to win a stakes race, again, that being the Bashford Manor. Your team here, so you've got a nice group because they've had a lot of success together. The Hellebrats, you got Jackpot Farm, Whispering Oaks Farm. Gulfport also bred by Diamond Creek, and he's got some pet cred. I will tell you, Breeders' Cup related, being by Uncle Mo, who won the 2010 Juvenile and was Eclipse Champion 2-year-old, and then another Juvenile winner, an Eclipse Champion 2-year-old in Unbridled Song. That's the broodmare sire of that's his mom's father for the layman out there, Fame and Fortune. So again, by Uncle Mo, out of Fame and Fortune, who is herself by Unbridled Song. So great pedigree there. Got a 91 buyer figure. So he is certainly on his way. We like to see that type of progression. So that's basically where we are right now. Just a little bit, a little mix of stuff for you to get familiarized with some of these 2-year-olds. I know it's not necessarily as exciting, right? Because the 2-year-olds are sort of unknowns to you because they don't have these past performances where they've already engendered the fandom, like, for example, a Flightline or a Life is Good. But there is reason to get excited about them, especially when so early in their career, as in the case of Money's Gold, they're putting up these giant figures. And also, like I said, when you've got these pedigree connections, it's very endearing as well because it's like the story is continuing on. With the case with Gulfport. So I hope you enjoy this. I will say it's going to be a while before we see another Win in Your In for the Future Stars Friday card, but we do have some Win in Your In action. There we go. Win in Your In action coming up. Hey, it was the 4th of July yesterday, so if I'm a little tongue-tied today, you got to cut me just a little slack, right? Right. Okay, so actually, let's go ahead and share the screen, and I'll show you what our next Challenge Series races happen to be. We've got some international action July 23rd at not Royal Ascot, but Ascot itself there. It's going to be the King George VI and Queen Elizabeth Quipco Stakes. And then we have the same day, the TVG.com Haskell. That is a Win in Your In for the Longines Classic at Monmouth Park. And I happen to know that one Matt Carruthers will be there on site for that. So anyway, that was your Future Stars forecast on this 2-year-old Tuesday. I'll be back here next week and hopefully with a guest because that will be much more entertaining for you, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I hope, again, it's fun to maybe pique your interest about some of these other 2-year-olds. And I hope you all had a very fun, safe 4th of July. Again, see you back here next week for the Future Stars forecast.